My lords, ladies, and nobles, pray all attend. We have a few announcements to make before getting started. By attending, you agree to have your likeness and voice recorded and rebroadcast on all social media channels. Please make sure that your mic is muted if it is not already. Also, please take a minute to update your display name to reflect your society name minus any titles. You can do this by hovering over your video, clicking on the 3 dots, and then selecting Rename. For any award recipients, your award medallion and promissory scroll will be arranged to be delivered to you at a future event. On this 20th day of June, Anno Societatis 55, here opens the court of their Majesties Alexander and Tahira. Your Majesties, do you have any comments for your gathered populace?
So good to see all of you, Caid. Your Majesty, would you like to speak?
Hi, everyone. We are so happy to be able to recognize our populace today. I just have a quick announcement. Duke John and Countess Dinah have been very gracious of their time and service to run a kingdom-wide auction for us to help raise money for our coffers. So if you would like to donate, if you could please contact either Countess Dinah or Duke John by the 4th of July with whatever you want to donate. She would need a picture, a description of the item, and a starting bid. And the auction itself will run from the 11th through the 25th.
I'm going to keep my comments short. This is probably going to be a long court today, and you know how much I love those. So, thank you. We're good. Happy to see everyone.
Your Highnesses, do you have any comments for the gathered populace?
Your Highness? You're on screen. Oh,
Hello, everybody. It's wonderful to see you all, and I hope you're going to enjoy this court as much as I will. Bye to you, Your Highness.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. I know these are trying times now, and I'm really hoping soon everything will just start opening up properly and we can actually start getting to these events. So keep the hope strong and everything will be fine. So I look forward to seeing all you guys at the event in the future.
Your Excellencies Connor and Serafina, do you have any comments for the gathered populace?
Just a quick welcome to everyone. We're so glad you could be out or in to enjoy the day. There has been a lot of work and energy and art put into this event. So please do go out and try and visit some of the areas of, horse hounding and archery and such. Enjoy yourselves.
Welcome. Thank you. This is going to be a great day. Thank you for joining us for the changing of the guard here at for Lyondemere. We look forward to what our heirs are going to do in the future. Thank you all for coming.
Your Excellencies Ilya and Vitasha, do you have any comments for the gathered populace?
Thank you for joining everyone online, and we regret that we were unable to do something in person for our own anniversary, but we look forward to celebrating with Lyondemere and also in recognizing some of our populace.
Yeah, what she said, pretty words. Sorry, I'll stole your line.
As a reminder, please make sure that you have your mics muted, and all award recipients, your award medallion and promissory will be arranged to be delivered to you at a future event. It is an honorable task and worthwhile to encourage and foster chivalry in the area of youth combat, and when one of tender years shows such nobility of spirit, it is an event worthy of the crown's notice. Thus was the Order of the Argent Star created to recognize those youths whose courtesy of spirit, virtuous acts, and noble demeanor upon the field of youth combat bring glory and honor to themselves and to Caid. And the symbol of the order is a star of silver, for as a tiny star may guide one's path, so will such children become the martial leaders of tomorrow's society. Now therefore do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Ulrich Dubner.
The youth is our future. How could we not recognize such a wonderful fighter? Ulrich, well done. We hope you enjoy this award.
For the newest companion of the Argent Star, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Whereas it has come to our notice that through diverse efforts, there are some gentles who have considerably enriched our realm, it is thus our pleasure to raise them to the rank, estate, and title of a lord, lady, or noble of our realm, and award them arms. Therefore do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Decimus Tarsius Saturnus, Alessandra Gioli Lieri, and Amber McRae.
Decimus is a wonderful fighter from Duntier. We are happy to recognize him. Alessandra does great volunteer work in and out of the barony. And Amber has done event stewarding and runs coffee houses at events. The AOA is sort of a coming of age, if you will, award that I love to give out. Welcome to the tribe, everyone. It's good to see you.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Eric Fredrickson, David Platt, and Lawrence Alexander.
So all these fine gentles are heavily involved in their local areas. They do volunteering, fighter practices, they help set up and tear down. We really appreciate their service and we're happy to reward them for it today.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Jean-Jacques Renard and Wulfric of Western Seas.
Well said, Harold. Well done on those pronunciations. Both of these fighters, again, deserve this wonderful award. We're so happy to give them this, and hopefully it means as much to them as it does to us by giving it to them. And again, welcome to the tribe, AOA recipients.
Nobles hereby named, we at this time charge you with the responsibilities of this rank and to consult with our heralds to determine suitable and unique arms. For the newest armigers of Caid, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Your Majesties, the Kingdom Houndmaster, the Honorable Lord Sigbjorn Sigmundarson, begs leave to make an announcement before your gathered court.
Let him proceed.
Good afternoon, Your Majesties. The Hound Handlers of Caid Guild is dedicated to the research and demonstration of working dogs in the Middle Ages. Our primary activity to share this with the populace has traditionally been hound coursing at various events. We want to thank you for allowing us to hunt on your lands in the past, but as circumstances have prevented us from hunting recently, and in the near future, we do not have any spoils of the hunt to present to you at this time. In lieu of that, we have heard of the need of the kingdom and present a monetary gift of $271.28 to the general fund. I think I can speak for all of the hounds and their handlers that we hope to see each other again soon.
My Lord Sigbjorn, we thank you and the Hound Handlers for your generous donation towards the General Fund of Caid. We appreciate your willingness to help our community, and we're proud to have such a supportive group within our ranks.
Your Majesties, the Baronage of Lyondemere begs leave to recognize worthy nobles of their lands.
Let them proceed.
Here opens the court of Connor and Seraphina, Baron and Baroness of Lyondemere. Their Excellencies here recognize Aliskai Rozo. The Order of the Pillars of Poseidon was created to recognize those individuals who have shown themselves to be indispensable to the barony through their years of unwavering and constant service, and whose contributions have been that pillar upon which the barony's continued success is supported.
Aliskai has been the rock that our barony has been built on for 20 years. She always gives of herself. She always gives 100%. She does scriptorums. She's doing one today after court. Please come and join her for a scriptorum after the royal court when Lyondemere anniversary continues. This is the medallion that has been produced by John Tom de Clayton for this order. And each medallion has a number on the back of it that tells when that person was inducted into the order. Aliskai is the 4th person to be inducted into this order, and she is so well deserving. Thank you so much, Aliskai, for all you do for us.
Thank you, Aliskai.
For the newest companion of the Pillars of Poseidon, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Their Excellencies here recognize Joaquin of Lyondemere. The children of Lyondemere enliven us with their enthusiasm, inspire us with their resilience, and remind us with their accomplishments that the future of the barony is bright. When one of tender years makes exceptional contributions to the barony, this is worthy of celebration. Thus was created the Order of the Seahorse of Lyondemere to recognize those youth whose participation so enriches our realm.
Joaquin, we wanted to recognize you as the premier member of this order. Even though you are now past the youth point for the most part, we wanted to recognize you. It took us a while to get this order in line, and now that it is in line, we want you to be the premier member of it. And this is what the scroll looks like at the moment, the promissory for you. We do not have the medallion done at this time because we just got this order passed. We will be getting that together very soon, and we will pass that and this promissory on to you as soon as we can. Thank you for everything you've done for us in the past. You always serve with such a great heart, great soul. We greatly appreciate everything you do.
In like manner do their excellencies recognize Miranda of Lyondemere, Celeste of Lyondemere, and Isabel of Lyondemere.
These great ladies of Lyondemere have been assisting Her Excellency in anything and everything she needs. They come, they play, they do anything and everything we ask of them. They always volunteer, they always have a smile, they always want to participate, they always want to give everything they have. We love to promote the youth of the kingdom and the youth of the barony in particular. Thank you, ladies, for everything you've done for us.
To my very, very special ladies who have on more than one occasion stopped me from walking into a hole in the middle of the night. Thank you very much for all the care you take of me.
For the companions of the Seahorse of Lyondemere, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Your Excellencies, the event steward for Lyondemere's virtual anniversary, Lady Batu Sechin Sagayin, begs leave to address the court.
Let her speak.
Hi, everybody. Gyra and I are co-hosting the virtual event. So we have things going on this afternoon immediately following Royal Court.
Yes, yes. You want to come join us for that? If you were with us this morning, you saw how we're doing it. But we have the virtual feast, the revel,
The finals for
finals for the fighters.
virtual fighters.
So, yeah, it's going to be a great time.
Alice Guy is hosting Scriptorium.
Yes. And the arts and sciences display is
Sciences
still
up.
up for a little while. If you want to join us and you don't already have the link, it is on our webpage at lyondemere.org.
Their Excellencies here recognize their court and guard.
We want to thank our court and guard for all of the support they have given to us throughout our time on the thrones. It is such a great comfort to have such wonderful support from the members of the populace. This job, this service that we do as Baron and Baroness could not be done without the support of all those who play in the barony. We thank our court and guard for everything they've done for us, and we release them from their duties.
For the retiring court and guard of Lyondemere, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Your Majesties, the Baron and Baroness of Lyondemere beg leave to address the crown, that you may grant their humble request.
They have our leave.
Gracious Sovereign, long have we held the lands and honors of Lyondemere as your vassals, and ever have we striven to do your will and to do justice for your people. We hope that you are well satisfied with our service and pray that you will now accept back from us those lands and honors that are the barony of Lyondemere.
Our faithful subjects, we are most grateful for your service. As it is your wish, we do now receive back from you the lands and honors of Lyondemere, and absolve you of your homage without defiance.
Receive back then, my gracious king and queen, your fief, and may you ever rule this realm in peace and bounty.
We thank you again for your service and grant you leave to retire.
Long live Connor and Seraphina! Hip hip! Hip hip! Hip hip!
Their Majesties, King Alexander and Queen Tahira, command Guillaume Closinier and Arwen Baird to present themselves, that they may receive this fief and pledge their fealty and homage.
Guillaume and Arwen, well pleased with you and ever concerned with the welfare and wishes of our subjects, we are minded to invest you as Baron and Baroness, and grant unto you the barony of Lyondemere, to hold as a fief from our hands. Will you accept this charge, pledge us your homage, and swear fealty and service to this, our crown and kingdom?
Your Majesty, I will.
Please raise your circlet as an implement on which to swear fealty.
Here do I swear homage to the King and Queen of Caid, and become their true vassal, pledging to defend, represent, and answer for all my people with honor and dignity, to administer them and the affairs of this barony with the same justice which the crown would tender, to serve and honor our Lord King and Lady Queen in all matters concerning this realm, and to guard their rights with all my strength, until the crown depart from the throne, or death take me, or the world end.
So say I, Guillaume.
So say I, Arwen.
And we, for our part, do make known to all present and to come that we do receive Guillaume and Arwen as Baron and Baroness of Lyondemere, and accept them as our vassals.
And that we will guarantee unto them this barony held of us against every creature with all our power.
Until we depart from our throne,
or death take us,
or the world end. So say we, Alexander, King of Caid.
So say we, Tahira, Queen of Caid. Yeah.
Wear now the circlet of your office, Baron Guillaume, as a reminder of your oath.
Wear now the circlet of your office, Baroness Arwen, and as a reminder of your oath.
Be it known this day that we, Alexander and Tahira, do grant unto Guillaume and Arwen the lands and honors of the barony of Lyondemere, with all rights, powers, and obligations thereof, and that they may hold these lands and titles as sworn vassals to us and to our heirs to come. For Baron Guillaume and Baroness Arwen, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip.
Your Excellencies Lyondemere, have you words for your people?
Thank you very much for this honor. We are very much looking forward to what we can do for our people, our barony, and to assist in any way that we can for Caid.
And also, we are not, this is a brief announcement type thing to say, we are not announcing our court and guard today because we have a special invitation regarding that. In the spirit of inclusion, we know that there are a lot of people who don't always have the opportunity to step up, either because they may feel like they don't know the right people, or they may have felt like the spot just wasn't open for them. And I want everyone who can hear this, and I will publish this later as well, that if you have ever wanted to be on the baronial court or guard, and you have not had the opportunity, either because you felt shy or because you felt that you were discriminated against, we have a place for you. You can contact us through the Baronial website, and we're both on Facebook. play telephone. Lots of people have our phone numbers. However, whatever it takes for you to reach us, please reach out. We have a place for you. And if we end up with 500 people on our court and guard, that would be awesome.
Your Excellencies Guillaume and Arwen, for reasons of which you have been apprised, some of your officers do beg leave to be relieved of their duties.
Have the successors to these offices been nominated and accepted the respective duties of their new office?
They have, Your Excellencies.
Let the title pass.
Thank you, officers, for your service to the realm. May all good fortune and goodwill attend you.
All officers and all among the Lyondemere populace who wish to swear fealty at this time, please raise your right hand or bear your sword or circlet as an implement on which to swear fealty. I swear and pledge to my Lord Baron and Lady Baroness, and to our undoubted King and Queen, that I shall be a true and faithful subject of the Barony of Lyondemere and to the Kingdom of Caid, and that I shall render service in such ways as my Lord Baron and Lady Baroness and our sovereigns lawfully require of me, and to the best of my ability and knowledge.
We have heard your pledge and accept it in the name of our sovereigns and of this barony, and we pledge to you the faith and honor of the barony.
And we swear to protect you with the honor and dignity of our office for as long as you be true and faithful to us and to the Crown of Caid. So swear I, Guillaume, Baron of Lyondemere.
So swear I, Arwen, Baroness of Lyondemere.
For the outgoing and incoming officers, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Here closes the court of Guillaume and Arwen.
Here resumes the court of their Majesties Alexander and Tahira. There are those within the kingdom whose noble demeanor and special contributions have enriched our realm in ways indefinable within the usual system of awards, and yet who are much deserving of honor. It is the prerogative of the crown to recognize such individuals with the title of Court Baroness. Therefore do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Serafina de Alorto.
Your willingness to step up in your barony's time of need does not go unnoticed. We appreciate the time and dedication that the two of you have shown to your barony and to your kingdom, and we're proud to recognize you both. Though you are already a baron, it is our privilege to raise your lady as a baroness of our court.
In like manner, do we recognize Gabriel Shadowhawk and Miriam Shadowhawk.
Both with decades of service to Al Saheed and the kingdom. We are so pleased to have you. Thank you.
For their new excellencies, Serafina, Miriam, and Gabriel, and for His Excellency Connor, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. It is one of the more pleasant duties of the Crown to encourage the development of artistic skills and scientific expertise among its subjects. When an artisan has excelled consistently in a particular art or science and has shared that beauty and knowledge with others to the greater enrichment of the realm, then it becomes not only the duty, but the joy of the Crown to recognize such endeavor. Therefore was created the Order of the Harpe Argent, given by the Crown to recognize exceptional skill in a particular art form or scientific field. Therefore do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Kungun Bonig for brewing, Oregon Filia Flaviana for brewing, Ramboldus Kroll for brewing, Tracy the Grey for brewing, Ellen de Montfort for brewing, and Charlotte Edelwolf for brewing.
You might notice a trend. So these are all fine brewers of our kingdom that have achieved the rank of apprentice or higher within the Noble Brewers Guild. They consistently receive high scores in competitions, and they brew not only delicious wines, ciders, and beers, but they also are skilled in other areas like fermented foods. So we are so excited to offer all of our brewers here today these awards.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Aaron Darkhelm for brewing, Erik der Suchenworth som Schwarzenkatze for brewing, Apple von Falkenau for costuming, and Aria Kara for costuming.
Apparently, you can never have too many brewers in a kingdom. I wholeheartedly support this. Aaron, for brandy fine lemonade, my goodness, if you haven't had it, it's wonderful. I have spent many a day hungover from that. Thank you so much. Please receive this award for the hangovers that His Majesty has seen. And Cara and Appel, that they are doing this wonderful work with sewing now and have made some fantastic outfits. We're very pleased to acknowledge their accomplishments as well. Eric?
For the newest companions of the Harp Argent, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. In the second year of the Principality, the third Prince of Caid was granted permission from the King of the West to create an Armiger's Award for service. Thus was created the Order of the Dolphin of Caid to honor those persons who have served Caid above and beyond the normal expectations of their ranks and offices. Therefore do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Frederick de Scheberg, Agnes Wertmann, and Ingvilder in Erska.
So Frederick is instrumental in running the Taste of Great West at Great Western War, and Agnes and Ingvilder, they provide great service to our kingdom and the arts community, and all three of these gentles are very deserving of this award today.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Riderick Derwin and Alana Hostilius.
Riderick is a magnificent rapier fighter. If you haven't seen him go out there fighting, that's incredible. But this award is for all the service that he has done as the Kingdom Rapier Marshal and to all the instruction he's given to all the rapier people. Thank you so much. And the other one is a bit of nepotism, I'm afraid, but it's my daughter who is literally behind the camera right now working as she has been from the get-go, and all the help she's done with the cast teams of Great Western War. I could not be more pleased and more proud of her to give her this.
For the newest companions of the Dolphin of Caid, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Your Majesties, your Seneschal, Sir Ronric, begs leave to make an announcement before your gathered court.
Let him proceed.
Thank you, Your Majesties. Hello, Caid. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Sir Ronric of Devon. I'm your Kingdom Seneschal. And I have a quick announcement I'd like to make. So the society is not mandated that kingdoms have an diversity, equality, and inclusion officer. Few kingdoms have one, and few are considering it. In this case, that position would roll up as a function of the Kingdom Seneschal. However, I feel this is an important function. In light of our current climate of change, I feel it's essential. I feel it needs real focus. To that end, and with their Majesty's permission, we have created a Kingdom Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion Officer for Caid. This officer will be a deputy to the Kingdom Seneschal, but will have great autonomy in being able to advise their Majesties, the Kingdom, and the Kingdom officers at all levels in matters of equality. So with the announcement of this position, I would like you to join me in congratulating our Premier Kingdom, it's such a good name, our Premier Kingdom Diversity, Equality, and Inclusion Officer, Her Excellency, Portia Olivier La Fournier. I feel that I don't know if that was muted. I feel she'll do a great job in this role, and with her leadership will become a more inclusive kingdom. I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot from her as she settles into her role. In the meantime, her email address will be dei@sca-caid.com. And with that said, Lady Harold, with their Majesty's permission, can we have 3 cheers for our premier DEI officer?
For the Premier DEI Officer, Baroness Portia Olivier Lefournier, hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Your Majesties, the Baronage of Gildenholt begs leave to recognize worthy nobles of their lands.
Let them proceed.
Here opens the court of their Excellencies Ilya and Batasha. Their Excellencies wish to thank the officers who recently stepped down and those who have volunteered in their service in these stations. For Webright, Master Rowan Killian replaces the Honorable Lord Bjorn Sigmunderson, and for list officers, the Honorable Lord Albert Torrington replaces Mistress Caroline Killian. For the outgoing and incoming officers of Gildenholt, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Even as a strong castle rests upon a firm foundation of stone and mortar, so too does Gildenholt rest upon the support of those who serve. These generous people give their time, energy, effort, and service to the barony, and without them, Gildenholt would not exist. We are fortunate that so many of our people are both willing and eager to labor, and we are obligated to recognize and reward those works of merit. Their Excellencies are pleased to award their worthy subjects who have accomplished great service to the barony with the Gem d'Or. Therefore, do we, Ilya and Batasha, Baron and Baroness of Gildenholt, recognize Eleanor of Gildenholt and Julian Ilyasin.
Both Eleanor and Julian have served for many years with us, and we are very proud to have seen these teens grow. For many years, even before us, they have served in the capacity of list runners and help in general. And I wish to read the words of the recommender for this. I have watched these 2 amazing young people learn and grow in the service of our barony. While they are still learning, they have shown great maturity over the years. I am sure that had the current situation not have occurred, we would have seen them blossom even more into these roles.
In like manner, their Excellencies recognize Durfina Balsdaughter and Valeria Cabrielli.
Valeria has served as the Baronial Rapial Marshal for several years. She has continually promoted baronial practice and encouraged fighters from outside of the barony to join in the fun. She has also revived the scribal arts in the barony and graciously hosted scriptorium for the barony. Durfina has also served the barony well. As a member of the Baronial Guard, she has risen early to help with setup, guarded us, and stayed late to assist with the dreaded breaking down of the pavilion before the setting of the sun. She strives to represent her persona well with her excellence in metalworking, and of great note to myself personally, she has dauntlessly taken on the task of being an event steward for our barony.
For the newest recipients of the Gem d'Or, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. From the earliest days of Gildenholt, there have been those whose service and dedication to the barony have added luster and grace to life in Gildenholt. Armand and Diana, first Baron and Baroness, established the Order of the Forêt d'Or to recognize the contribution of those gentlefolk. The Forêt d'Or is the highest recognition and honor of the barony of Gildenholt and is given only at the celebrations of Gildenholt's anniversary. That we may again praise those who have been added to the order in years past, their Excellencies are pleased to invite all companions of the Forêt d'Or to please raise your vessels. To join this most noble company, their Excellencies recognize Muriel O'Dooley and Emmeline Adamore.
So when Muriel and Emmeline's names first came up, I thought, no. They're still too new, and a couple of years really isn't long enough for the service and quality that we are looking for the Forêt. So I looked them up to consider the Gem d'Or for them, and that's when I realized that they had been with us for several years, because not only did they both have the Gem d'Or, but they had earned it several years ago. So I guess we could say that time flies when you're having fun. For Muriel Aduli, she has served the barony well. She has been active in both the baronial throwing weapons community and Gildan Forge, as well as hosting practices and meetings for both. She has been on the baronial court, and during her tenure as chief lady in waiting, she fell ill, but made arrangements for the court to make sure that I was attended to, and that the court and the Valhalla reception ran smoothly. Add to her accolades, not only has she been an event steward, she volunteered to do it again. Regrettably, we were not able to witness the fruits of her labor as the event was rained out this past March, but we look forward to seeing what great things she planned when we gather next year for friendship. Emmeline Adamor comes highly recommended for the Forador for continued service to our barony. She has not only aided in creating the unofficial Order of the White Roll, which serves a crucial role at Great Western War, but she also helps with historical guild meetings and maintaining them during this digital age. She has also served on the baronial court and has given her time as a server and kitchen help at many feasts held by the barony. In general, she is a Jane of all trades. Her joy and enthusiasm are infectious, and she brings happiness to everyone she meets.
For the newest recipients of the Foray d'Or, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. The companions of the Foray d'Or have their excellencies leave to lower their vessels. Here closes the court of their excellencies Ilya and Vatasha and resumes the court of their majesties Alexander and Tahira. Will all companions of the crescent please raise your vessel? The crescent, set upon the crowns of Caid, is a symbol of the service owed to the kingdom by its monarchs. It has now come to be a reminder of the unselfish service done by others. The Order of the Crescent is thus given to recognize those persons who have served the kingdom for many years, giving their time and efforts generously and courteously. This order bears with it a grant of arms and ranks equally in precedence with all other grant-bearing orders of Caid. Now, therefore do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Kindfried Ferktalen and Gurren Bodo.
Kindfried, serving in a herald's role in Alcehid East, is a magnificent herald that does great work for everyone. On occasion, we even let him speak of the imaginary lands of Drybergen. Wonderful to give this award to recognize him. And Gurren out of Nordvaka, the work he does there is nothing short of amazing. He is a nonstop workaholic, and we're happy to recognize him.
For the newest companions of the Crescent, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. All companions of the Crescent have their majesties leave to lower your vessels. Your majesties, the Baron of Calafia, Sir Gamil, begs leave to make an announcement before your gathered court.
Let him proceed.
Your Majesties, thank you for a few minutes of your time. Your Highnesses, it's good to see you. Your Excellencies, Connor and Seraphina, congratulations on your stepping down. And Guillaume and Erwin, congratulations on your stepping up. Usually I'm here with my lovely wife and Baroness, but she is in Oregon right now, visiting her mom and dad for Father's Day. And I am in deep Calafia at a friend's house. As you see the banners behind me, you may know who they are. The late, great Edric of Mansfield here and his lovely wife, Talene. Talene is moving to Antir, so we're helping her pack today. We've got a crew here. But I found a little place to take a few minutes to address the populace. So great to see everybody. My gosh, there's just pages and pages of people. But Your Majesties, we heard the call last week, without Great Western War, the low attendance of Great Western War last year and the no attendance of Great Western War this year. We understand that the coffers are low in the kingdom. So the people of Calafia truly impress me every time there is a problem, there's an issue. When it's time to help out, they continue to step up. Thursday night was our populace meeting, and the populace came together and voted on a donation to the kingdom. And they donated $2,500. So that check is in the mail and on its way to you and should be there very soon. 100% vote across the board. Everybody was all in on this one. So thank you, Calafia, for your generosity, and thank you for who you are. Good to see everybody.
Gamil, we are humbled by the generosity of the Barony of Calafia and to its leaders, and we appreciate your generous donation to the kingdom's coffers. We are honored to have such a supportive barony within Caid's territories. Thank you so much again.
Throughout the kingdom, there come deeds or acts that bear recognition outside the regular structure of awards. For such deeds does the Crown grant a royal recognition of excellence. Therefore, in recognition of their outstanding efforts and contributions to the realm of Caid, do we, Alexander and Tahira, recognize Sabina of Aden, Reynold, Ingen, Mal, Shalen, and Griffith von Bremen.
Sabina, for her work on virtual portrayal, showing innovation and leadership, nothing short of amazing. Renault, her daily Did You Know posts, I think all of us have enjoyed reading. I know I personally have. Griffith, for the card fighting that he did at the Altavia Online, and he sort of created the world of our virtual fighting, if you will. Very happy to award all these people this award. They've done some amazing work during this difficult time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Thomas Whiteheart and Albra Katherine Marie Isabel Bautiste.
So many of our populace have stepped up to help others during this pandemic. Today, we want to recognize two of these such individuals. True Thomas and Countess Albra have been instrumental in providing real-world support during COVID-19. Their selfless acts of coordinating donations to hospitals, as well as the hundreds of masks that have been made, are not only helping to keep people safe, but they are also great testaments of their character, and we are so proud to recognize them today.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Bjorn of the Northern Sea and Laertes McBride.
If you've seen any video with my shining face on it, Bjorn and Laertes are usually part of the reason that I look so good. And if I don't, you can blame them for that as well. However, during this time of crisis and pandemic, I can't thank them enough for all they have done. They've really stepped up, and they have worked tirelessly to produce all these things we are putting out. Thank you so much, gentlemen. It is our absolute pleasure to award you these.
In like manner, do their majesties recognize Meliora Deverell, Aronric of Devon, Tiberius Finn, and Ariana Verquintelen.
This is the staff that I go to when we have decisions to make, the brain trust, if you will, behind the Kingdom of Caid, the people that I talk to almost on a daily basis. This has been a very difficult reign. Any person will tell you that all the difficulties we've had to face have been unique and something we haven't seen before. And this group of people has stepped up to advise me to help try to keep us all safe, to help keep the SCA going, and to help keep Caid alive. I cannot thank them enough.
For the newest recipients of the Royal Recognition of Excellence, hip hip, hip hip, hip hip. Their Majesties welcome any member of the populace who wishes to swear fealty at this time. Please do not unmute your mics, but please raise your right hand or bear your sword or circlet as an implement on which to swear fealty. Here do I swear, by mouth and hand, fealty and service to the Crown and Kingdom of Caid, that I will conduct myself with dignity and grace, obeying their Majesties' lawful commands in all matters concerning this realm, and, mindful that the harmony of Caid springs from my own deeds, that I will deal courteously and fairly with those of every degree, until the crown depart the throne, death take me, or the world end.
And we, for our part, swear fealty to these people of Caid and to all their households,
to protect and defend them against every creature with all our power,
until we depart from our throne,
or death take us,
or the world end. So say we, Alexander, King of Caid.
So say we, Tahira, Queen of Caid.
Please remember that any award medallion and promissory scrolls will be arranged to be delivered to you at a future event. Congratulations all. There being no further business to promote the harmony and welfare of the kingdom, Your Majesties, do you have any parting words for the gathered populace?
Your Majesty.
Again, I want to thank everyone that has donated so far to help with the general fund of Caid. Again, just to remind everyone that there is an auction coming up. If you have any questions, you can contact Countess Steina or Duke John for more information. Thank you so much for being here today. We are so happy to have everyone.
In these times of struggle, as we all come together, be it virtually or spiritually as the case may be, I would like to remind all the people who are online fighting the good fights, remember to also have compassion. Many of us are speaking our minds and saying what we feel, and it's coming from the heart, which I would never tell anyone not to do. But remember, compassion for your fellow man. Here in Caid, we love. This is a true family. This group of people is like no other in the world, and I've lived in many kingdoms, but none like great Caid. So remember, good populace, remember to be compassionate to your neighbor, to your friends, to all of us here. Speak your mind, but remember other people have opinions and we are allowed to voice them. Be compassionate to them all.
Your Highnesses, do you have any parting words for the assembled populace?
Your Highness.
Farewell, Caid, until we meet again or see each other again. Wear your masks and stay safe.
To everybody who got an award today, it's pretty awesome to see that. I've been very busy with mundane life, and I've missed a lot of events, which I'm going to start making more as it's starting to come up. I'm going to be there for almost everything I can. But just seeing all the work that's been put into this kingdom is absolutely amazing, and it still brings me hope that at the end of this, we're still going to be strong, and we're going to be a very, very, very powerful family. Thank you.
Your Excellencies, Guillaume and Arwen, have you any parting words for the assembled populace?
Thank you very much for your trust in us. We look forward to being of service to the Barony of Lyondemere, to the Kingdom of Caid, to all the populace. Thank you very much. Stay safe and stay healthy out there.
I'm so excited. That's pretty much it. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, as he said, for the trust and faith that's being put in us and for the support and trust of Baron Connor and Baroness Serafina. We have enjoyed so much being with the Barony these past few years, and we're really looking forward to the next few years together.
Your Excellencies, Ilya and Vitasha, have you any parting words for the assembled populace?
It was good to see so many of you, even for distance, and it was quite a pleasure to come and to celebrate with many of you and your excellence.
As His Majesty said, it is tough times right now. Stay resilient, stay family, stay safe.
Please remember that the SCA consensus is ending soon. If you have not yet participated, please join in. Have your voice be heard. Here closes the court of their Majesties Alexander and Tahira. You have their Majesties and Excellencies' permission to depart and go about the evening's business. Long live their Majesties Alexander and Tahira. Long live their Highnesses Pansa and Katherine. Long live their Excellencies Guillaume and Arwen. Long live their Excellencies Ilya and Vitasha. Long live Gildenholt. Long live Lyondemere. Long live Caid. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. Thank you all and have a great day.